Good morning. Hi, George. I'm just putting a Band-Aid over my blister because it keeps like popping open, like cracking open. It's freaking disgusting. So I thought I would spare you that. And I completely forgot to do it before I pushed go live. So there we go. All right, how is everyone? Did you have a good weekend? What did you do? Did you get up to anything fun? Y'all know what I did. So just move stones, dig, just all the things, you know? So today we're gonna do these two flowers here, and we're gonna do the whole flower. So we're gonna do the flower part with the petals and the green grass, because we've got one day for this, one day for this, one day for this, one day for that, and then we're doing details and how to close up your hoop on the very last day. So yeah, we're almost done, you guys. Can you believe it? Bananas, absolutely bananas. The Secret Stitcher had an online exam yesterday for uni with some crying faces. Do you think you did not so great? Ooh. So I'm going to use this like purpley blue color. So like this is like light blue, and this is almost like a lavender purpley blue. I guess here's purple so you can like see them all together. So I'm going to use this purpley blue for this area here. And we're going to do 3 strands of a satin stitch. I know, Marian said last week. Oh no. It is the last week. I cannot believe it. Good morning, Helen. I thought we would go over, I'm not going to lie, because of all the little details and then the house and then, but it just seemed to work out, didn't it? Okay, so we're going to do 3 strands of satin stitch for this one, and then we're going to outline with either the same color or a different color, it's up to you, and do a little stem stitch. And the reason that we're going to do that is because you'll be able to see the petals a lot better that way. I'm just doing a little knot, and then I'm going to do some lines on the petals so you can have a look. And I'll do this one, I think. Yeah, I'll do this one. There's my little one. Guess it really doesn't matter. I just like the fine line ones better. Okay, so the ones in the middle are going to be all straight down, like this. Yeah? And the ones on each side are going to be angled in, like that. And the ones on top, straight down. So this is a good time that if you need to change the shape of this, you can change the shape. And these are just going to be straight down like this. So let's get started. So these here, it's just a regular satin stitch with 3 strands, and we're just going to work on the direction of our satin stitches so that we can really define the petals. Just move that pen out of the way because I know that my thread's going to catch it and send it like catapulting in the air. So yeah, last Friday when I left you, I was supposed to go out of the house. Do you remember? my big exciting day. It didn't happen. The place where I get my threads is a local place. And the place where they get them from, you know, actually didn't send them. Good morning, Mary. So I was all jazzed up to leave, but actually they didn't get sent on time. They only arrived on Friday, and then he had to separate our 2 orders because I didn't like a separate order, you know, but they put them like in the same thing, in the same box, like all of them together. So then he had to go through and separate all of the different threads, my order and his order. And I think I ordered like 240 boxes of thread. And then plus whatever he ordered to like restock his own, you know, shop. So you guys have to buy the kits, okay? But there's going to be a restock of almost all of the kits. So we've got the Bright Florals kit, the mason jar kit. There's the, what else? Weeds to Wildflowers kit, which is always a super like big favorite one. So we've done the middle. Let me interrupt myself. We've done the middle here. So now we're just going to do each side, and we're going to make sure that we start on the outside here and make sure we angle this in like that. Yeah, not like straight across because that's a little too severe. But if you just make a slight angle, you'll be able to see those separate petals. And then when we outline them, you'll be able to see them even more. Yeah, so we've got the green plants kit. I want to put up like the pre-order for them now, like because they're meant to be here tomorrow. Because there's only so many, and they always sell out like super quick. And the green plants kit is probably one of my favorite ones, I'm not gonna lie. And then what else? Oh yeah, the Mother's Day kit. That one's really simple, and you can put your own message in the middle. So obviously Mother's Day is finished, but it's still a really cute kit. And then 2 new kits. I'm so excited. So they're all meant to arrive tomorrow. He's packing them up today. Because David had to work today. So actually I'm, for the first time in like 3 weeks, I'm home by myself. Good morning, Crystal. Good evening, Crystal. What else is going on? Other than the backyard, all the materials got delivered this morning. Did I tell you about that? They just showed up. They were supposed to call an hour before. They just showed up with a huge crane on like a flatbed trailer and dropped all this stuff in the driveway. So looks like I'm going to be moving some bags of concrete into the shed. After this. Helen said, does it feel weird to be home alone? I'm kind of looking forward to it. So the first day that he had to go back, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm going to like take a bath at like 1 o'clock. Like just relax, you know, like have a spa day almost. Just do whatever I want to do. But it's actually really quiet. Like it's freaking me out because it's so quiet. Like even though it's normally just me and Jesse anyways, it's like too quiet now, you know? I don't know. Like I always have TV on or music or a podcast or something. So it's not like I'm just like sat home alone by myself. Like with like in the quiet, you know? But yeah, there's so much stuff. So we had to order 2 tons of sand for under the paving stones. Okay. But they've, I'll take a picture and show you, but they've stacked the 2 tons of sand on top of each other. And I don't know if you know, but I'm 5'1.5", which is very short. So I don't know how I'm going to be able to get all this, like scoop it out and put it. I have no idea. I don't know what's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen. Good morning, Alice. Yeah, I'll go outside and afterwards, and I'll show you guys all that got delivered. The paving stones, like I can barely move one of them by myself, so I'm not going to be moving any of that. But I've got to put the cement in the shed because if it gets wet, then it will harden in the bag shape, and you really don't want that. Vertically challenged, yes, just like you, Helen. Oh my gosh. So and then they just left. They just like threw the invoice in on top of one of the tons of stones and was just like, bye. Didn't say goodbye or anything, which was fine. But like we talked previously about like where to put them. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess you're gone. See ya. So we're just using 3 strands and the satin stitch to fill in each of these petals. There's only 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. The left and the right are both on an angle. So I'm just going back and putting in some extra little stitches anywhere I see that might need some, just in case, because I've got the color already, so it doesn't really make sense to like, you know, hi. It doesn't really make sense to like, you know, go back and put the color on again. So there we are. I'm going to take 3 strands of this light pink. No, 2 strands, sorry. And do a little stem stitch outline, just like we did on the flower right above it, my big yellow flower. And the reason that we're doing it like this is because sometimes these petals really seem to like meld together, especially if you have them really close like we do. So the angled stitches help to separate them, but sometimes it's just not enough. And so I like to do the little outline. Obviously, you could do just a regular back stitch outline. It does give a different look to it. You could do a whipped back stitch, but I've already told y'all why I don't want to do that. Yeah, so if you missed that one, I don't want to slide my needle under every single little back stitch and essentially do it twice. So this is just the quicker, easier way. So we're gonna do a stem stitch all the way around. Again, small stitches. And I've got 2 strands. So on the straightaways here, you can go a little bit bigger. And then on the curves, smaller. Have I just, oh my gosh. Look what I've just done. Do you see? Don't ever tell me that I don't ever make mistakes and all my hoops aren't perfect. Don't ever say it. I don't want to hear you say it. Oh, that's bananas. It always happens on the lives, doesn't it? I will show you guys something though. Because of my blister on my finger, I was trying to finish this one because I'm gonna make a new pattern. I was trying to finish this one, and because of the blister, it just kept cracking open and hurting so bad. I couldn't even stitch yesterday, and it made me so sad, you guys. You have no idea. I was like, this has to heal ASAP because I can't not stitch. Like, what am I supposed to do whilst I'm watching TV? Just watch TV? That's it? Come on. And that's true. I think it was Mary. Yeah, she said that if it's really close to the edge, you can just snip the fabric from here to there, however close it is, you know? And then you don't have to like unthread it and take it out. Oh, but it just figures, doesn't it? So I might have to take the hoop stand to the sofa and use the hoop stand to stitch. That's true. Veronica says, I need to stitch while watching TV or I just eat. Yep. Or I'm like chugging my drink, you know, whatever it is, whether it's like wine or like sparkling water or whatever. I just find I'm just like, oh, how about we have another drink? How about we have another drink? How about one more drink? Stitching saved me from the Smarties last night. Oh, I was just going to say that, like, normally if I get a snack to eat whilst I'm watching television, I always want to choose something that I can eat a lot of and it, like, won't be that bad, like Smarties or, like, which are, like, M&Ms. Or, unless you're in America, and then they're definitely not like M&Ms. Yeah, or, like, the American Smarties, or, like, something that's small that you can eat, like, 10 of and you won't feel bad. You know? It's not something like cake or cookies. Because when that's over, it's like it's done, you know? You've eaten it. Okay, so for these leaves here, I'm going to let you choose how you want to fill them in. I'm going to also stitch them and fill them in. But if you feel like you don't want to do the same thing I'm doing, then of course you don't have to. Okay, I'll say again, you don't have to. You can do whichever stitch that we've learned so far that's your favorite. Obviously, we've done chain stitch to fill in. We've done the detached chain stitch. We've done brick stitch. We've done the fishbone stitch. We've done quite a bit. Yeah, like Skittles. Like something that if you eat, you can just keep munching. Whereas like David can have like an entire bar of chocolate at one time. Just because he keeps eating and eating and eating. He can't stop. Here we go. I do like Skittles. I've really liked honey roasted peanuts lately as well. Don't forget that if you do not go close enough or make your stitches small enough on these corners, then they will pull, like I showed you on the yellow flower up there. So make sure that you keep them really small around the edges. You really don't want to have them kind of pulling across the corner. It doesn't look nice. And again, I'm using just 2 strands. This is Anchor 893, if anybody wants to know. I don't know what color the blue is. I didn't write it down. I think that's probably my worst stitching trait. You know? Is that I never write them down. And to be fair, I've gotten a lot better than I used to be, but I just never write them down. Ooh. It's an ad for masks. Just really vibing with this music here. Just really into it. What's going on here? What kind of knot is this? No, don't want to listen to you. Elizabeth says yes to honey peanuts. I also have that problem with crisps, chips. We put a big handful in individual small bowls and the big bags put away so we can't eat it all. Very smart. Very, very smart. They make those like snack bags, Ziploc bags. And when we used to go, well, when I was a teacher, me and David both used to go to school. We used to like separate the things into the little containers so that we didn't eat them all. I'm gonna go right over this, right on the edge here. And if you put your green stitches close enough to this petal, then they should look like the green is right behind this flower. Okay, now we need to pick a green for this one. I'm sure I'll pick the exact same one that I've used like a million times because they're all right here. How about a really, really light one? I've already got a lot of light ones right there though. Haven't I? This one? That'll do. Okay, I'm gonna use all 6 for this one. Only because these are quite skinny little leaves. And I'm only gonna use a couple stitches to fill in each one. So we're going to do some straight stitches. And all of them are gonna go down through the same hole, 3. 3 strands for the petals, 2 strands for the outline, And I'm going to try 6 for the stem. I'm going to do some long straight stitches here. Does this have a slight curve to it? So thank you. Okay. And then up here, we're just going to go into a little bit. And back down the same hole here. Then I like to do the outer edge. This outer edge. And then we're just gonna fill in a couple more stitches here. And notice I'm going through the same hole each time. And then assess, do you need it filled in more? Do you need it filled in less? Meaning sometimes it's just one stitch too many, you know, when you've like gone over the edge a little bit. Like for mine, that one will be okay. So I'm gonna jump down to here, all right? So wherever you put this hole, all of your next ones are gonna go through the same hole. So we're gonna do one down the middle. Okay, and from now on I'm gonna do left and right until I fill it all in. So from the left, same hole, the right. I don't think there's necessarily a name for this stitch because it's not, why was I screaming? I don't think it's like a formal stitch or anything, you know? I just like making them like this sometimes. And do one more on this side, and that will probably be it. Now, if you use less strands, you'll have to do more stitches, and it won't be so thick right there at the bottom. Do you see how they all go through about the same hole? So it does give a little bit of thickness to the bottom here, but I quite like that. Some people don't, so do what you would like to do, you know, whatever you feel like. So I'm just going to jump straight over here and do the other side. And I like to do like left and right instead of doing one side then the other, because then it makes it a little bit symmetrical. Yeah, exactly like a fan shape. So really similar to how we like hide the stitches in the satin stitch. How the top has more area, but the bottom is really skinny. So if you wanted these to lay super, super flat, then I would suggest doing a flat satin stitch like these ones, where you can tuck one in, like these ones even, you know, where you only go 3/4 of the way on one and then a whole way on the other, so you can hide that little 3/4 stitch. But yeah, like I said, some people, it just depends on like what your style is. And part of doing these stitch-alongs is so that you can find what style that you like the best. The way that you stitch and the way that I stitch may not be the same. And that is completely fine. Completely fine. I'm just gonna do this last one here, but I think instead of doing the same hole, I'm gonna do just above it. There you go. Yeah? Now let's jump down and do this one. Now this one's going to be a little bit different because it's going into this flower right here. So we're still gonna give the illusion that it's going behind by doing some of them like this. I'll do one more there. Yeah, and then these up here will be all straight and parallel. They will not be going through the same hole. Because it's almost like if you put something in the middle here. If I put my tweezers in the middle, these ones up here are all straight next to each other. And these ones down here are all going on an angle into the same hole. So that's the same thing we have to do here. These ones down here are going to go to the same hole, and these ones up here are going to be straight. Because you want to keep that illusion that this is definitely behind. Okay, so there's that one. We've just got this one left. And then you can get started on the other one. I won't actually stitch the other one today. So you can do that however you want to do it. Do the same color. You can flip the colors the other way. So pink with a purple outline. Or whatever colors you choose, obviously. I only have a little bit more left, you know? I might add just one more on this one because I feel like this leaf looks looking really weak next to the other ones. Like it's struggling. And I'll just do one more straight stitch here. Always kind of. Take a step back, have a little look at what you've done and see if you need to add any more stitches, because a lot of the times you think, oh yeah, I've filled the outline and that's enough, yeah? But sometimes it's not enough. You need to do a little bit more. You need to move it, you know, a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. Just because I've drawn it that way doesn't mean you have to stitch it that way. And it's the same, with anything that you draw or anything that you see that you get a pattern of, or if you just decide to make your own little pattern up. Just because you've done it like that doesn't mean that it has to stay that way. You can always change. And that's fine, yeah? So here we go. This is what we've got so far. Let me zoom out. Just like that. What was the stitch called you used for the leaves above? This one is the brick stitch. So that's what we have so far. We are almost finished. I cannot believe it. I honestly am in shock that we've done almost all of this together. So like I said, please finish this other one. However, I did 6 strands for the leaves. However you feel like. Again, I'm going to save this to the IGTV like I did last time. And then I'll also save it to YouTube. It'll just be a little bit longer. Do you know what I mean? Because when I save it to IGTV, it seems like it just automatically saves there. And you can go, do you do the leaves above the last flower? Nope, this is a different day. So just this flower here and this flower here. These two, that's it. So, yeah, whereas YouTube takes a good hour to upload. So if you are desperate to rewatch the beginning of it, then go to IGTV. You can still pause. You can still fast forward if you use the button at the bottom. to just scrub it like that. Yeah, so I hope you have a lovely, lovely Monday. I'm going to go move some cement bags, I think. And then maybe treat myself with a midday bath. That'll be nice. So don't forget to go to the Barmy Fox SAL. Please leave some likes and comments on other people's houses. I'm sure that they love it. It means so much. You have no idea. And be sure to tag me at the Barmy Fox in whatever you've done today, wherever you are. So enjoy your day, and I will talk with you later. Bye.